Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon to the folks in Singapore. Thank you so much for joining the Luxury Live Show. If you're new here and you've never watched this is a live stream show that both Kat and I host every single week, and we alternate on each other's channels. So this week is on my channel, next week will be on Kat's channel. And yes, today we're going to have a very special guest. However, due to the very, very drastic different time zones, like the three of us are in total opposite time zones. Cassie will be coming on the show for sure, but she will be coming on a little bit later. So I think in about maybe like 55 minutes, then she'll show up. And then once she is here, then I'll pull her in. So in the meantime, Kat and I will share the top picks of the new Chanel collection, since that's like one of the newest, most relevant topic of lately. So we will do that first. So I will be sharing my screen, and then when Cassie comes on, she will also be sharing hers, and then we'll interview her. And then when you guys have any questions, I will pull it in the screen as well. So all right, let me just share my screen. And before we even do that, okay, let me just go to my screen. Kat, let me know if you see this.
Yep, I see it.
Okay, awesome. So like I said, Cassie will be on the show very soon, but just not right at this moment. Okay, as per usual, just make sure you type your question marks, actual question marks in front of your comment or your question for us to pull it into the screen. And then we'll go from there. And especially if you have any questions for Cassie later. First things first, wanted to show you guys the new calendar for this month and next month. As you can see today, we have Cassie on. Next week, we'll also have another guest that is also from the UK. Therefore, this week and next week is also going to be on special timing, so same time as today. And then we have our members live, and then you see on December, on the last week of December, we have our annual break. So we will be taking a short break in the last 2 weeks of December, but we'll be back fresh and everything for January. These you might have seen this already on our community tab if you follow both Kat and I. And also I wanted to just draw your attention to the timing. So because of daylight savings in North America, which affects both Kat and I, obviously, because we went back an hour as of last Sunday. So the regular, so for you guys in Singapore, the regular Saturday live show will be at 12 p.m. Instead of 1 p.m. for the next foreseeable few months. And then for the members live, so the extra live stream for the members that we usually host on either Saturday or Sunday, Saturday for people here, will be the same for the people in Hong Kong and Singapore, but for us here in North America, we actually are going to do it 1 hour early, so 9:30 p.m. Anyway, just follow us. We always post it on Instagram, on our community posts, and you'll also be able to see it when we post the thumbnails for the Luxury Live Show.
Yeah.
Okay.
This happens twice a year.
Correct. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, like in case you don't know what I mean by members or live stream members, you can join both Kat and our channel. You can just go to our channel page and you can join our membership. We have 2 levels. So the committee level is the level where you get everything like live, like right now. Whereas the Luxee Crew, you still get everything, but it's just delayed telecast. So that's what it means. If you don't know what membership is and you're interested in joining, we have tons of fun. That's where you can join from our channel page. And Kat doesn't know this, but Kat she knows this, obviously. She just reached her milestone, 20,000 subscribers. So definitely make sure that you join and subscribe to both Kat and I, but especially Kat because she has a huge celebratory video and a huge giveaway on her channel. And like I said, you have the join button is on both our channels because we host this show on each other's channel. So
Thank you.
congrats again, babe.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So if you're a member, if you watch that video, the giveaway video, I have one giveaway that's special for the members. You guys don't, if you're a member on my channel, I mean, our channels, right? If you're a member, you don't have to do anything. I'm just going to randomly pick one member, and it's a small community, very tight knit community. So I'm really excited. And thank you for like really joining us. And yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yes. So just to recap, you see like the green, that's like all the shows that everyone can watch. But on the blue is the extra shows, and those are for our members. So that's where you can get access to those shows as well. Okay, let's jump into the topic. Chanel 22C, the newest Cruise 2022 collection. We have some thoughts, and Cassie as well. But like I said, she's going to be joining in shortly after, and then for the meantime, we'll just go through some of our top picks. I wouldn't say that there's a ton, but yeah, I'll let Kat go through her picks first, and yeah, we'll comment. And
yeah, okay, so I think it's just been there with so many launches lately, and Chanel, I mean, they have beautiful launches, but I don't know about this launch. Yeah, maybe we'll just like round it up at the end. But yeah, I picked a few things, like handful. So this is one of it. I love a Cuban chain. I love it on the wrist. I love it on the neck. And of all the pieces that were, came out this season, I actually really like this. I think it's the glitter, it's the shine, it's the chunkiness, and she's just wearing something like a tweed that's so elegant, but you've got this really thick silver diamante chain as a choker. It actually, I really like it. I don't like the price, so my I think every time we do a Chanel video and I take a screenshot from my phone, I have no idea why my phone is stuck on Malaysian ringgit. I've done it so many times. Deleted the app, updated my phone, but it's still Malaysian. So 12,860 Malaysian ringgit. That is divided by 3. That's like 4,000. It's really expensive. Personally, I won't, but I really like this. I think among all the pieces, this is an edgy version from Chanel. What do you think about this?
Yeah, so this collection, I want to say this collection is definitely it's a taste that you have to like. So this collection is very rock and roll. Everything is, I won't say that it's like super edgy, but you can tell that the details that they put on the model, like all the jewelry pieces, they have spikes, they have, the curved chain, they are oversized, they have the lip ring and all those things. So it's definitely more rock and roll, and it's not so, I don't know, it doesn't feel so appealing, but I agree that this piece is stunning on its own, and visually it's very stunning, and all the bling and everything. But yeah, the price, wow, that is one reason why I did not pick it. I was surprised that you were going to go for it, but I get it from the point of view of the style. Like it's it's curved chains, it's statement, and you like curved chains. This one is like oversized on top of that.
Yeah. I try not to look at the price. Like I think like the last collection that we did as well in the live, I took a stand and I said, okay, Chanel's pricing has just gone crazy. I'm just going to pick things that I feel visually I'm attracted to. Not necessarily I would buy because of the price. So I'm just trying to take that perspective. Otherwise, actually, everything is way too expensive anymore. It's just so many of the things impossible to even like comprehend. Like this is just a Cuban chain. Take away the price, don't even look at it. I'm just stating the price, but it is a beautiful, beautiful piece.
Yeah, the detail is very, very nice. But yeah, if we don't look at the price, I mean, everything is beautiful. Arguably, everything has its own appeal, right?
Totally. Okay, I love this. Like when I saw this, I felt like it was a little bit of like a Bulgari take, because it has that snake, almost like a snake head, right? I when I looked at it, I thought, wow, this is Chanel's take on Bulgari. Like if they did a collaboration, this is definitely one piece I can imagine. And I feel like, because I'm not sure if it moves, but I think it moves. I just have a feeling that maybe if you press the head, it might move up and down. I'm just wondering if it does. I don't know, but I love this kind of necktie version chains. I think it's really sexy. I think it's very, it elongates the neck. It just makes of a beautiful statement. I love this. Like the price, it's $3,000. It's is it 9,000 ringgit? Yeah, 9,000 ringgit. So it's about 3,000 Singapore dollars. It is a lot of money, but I would rather pay this than to get the Cuban. Like if I had to compare, I feel like this one is a little bit more unique. It's not something that I've seen Chanel do. Yeah, I don't think so. I haven't seen something like that before. So this is really, really unique.
Actually, I agree that it's very unique. And until you picked it, so the way you picked it is very different from the way I picked it. So as you guys will see, I try to go from a point of view of like what I would still buy today. So I didn't even like stop and look at this piece. I only looked at it because you sent it to me, like this slide. But I agree, it's a stunning piece, and it's for sure with the design, with the snake head, it does definitely remind me a lot of the Bulgari design, and there is definitely, yes, the sex appeal to it. Very, very nice. I don't know
The price is not
how
nice.
often you would wear this though. It would be a showpiece for sure. It's very more
Mm.
like a dressy piece.
This is a dressy piece. Yeah, I find
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
pieces, the ones that I picked, is more for for a gown for at night. I can't imagine
Right.
myself wearing my Simpsons t-shirt and wearing this just totally off. But I can
Actually,
imagine
you
if I wear
could
like a
totally,
ah, it'll
especially
be
the
busy.
choker earlier. This
It'll
one.
be a bit. I think with the choker, I think this choker you would
Yeah,
get more use out of the choker than this piece. Like the
yeah,
choker, you wear a t-shirt, you wear a like that tweed jacket, you get more use out of it because it's more simple, but it's still really, really stunning. This is more
yeah,
of a showpiece, nighttime, a black dress, a white dress, something that is the centerpiece of your jewelry.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to
That,
mine,
that's
and
all
then
I
of course,
picked. Can you
Kat.
imagine? That's all I picked.
Well,
That's
you
all I
picked
did.
something else too. Actually, let me try something because I want to make sure I can see Cassie come on when. Let me
Now she's
just
not on
put
yet.
our screen this way instead.
Mm.
I think this should work because at least that way I can still see when Cassie comes on. I think I will be able to see her come on. Okay. No, I can't. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I usually hear a little pop anyway, so hopefully I don't miss her, and then I'll just keep checking my watch. Okay.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I
Oh,
see. I'll
you
let you
see it.
know.
That's right.
I can see
This,
it. I can see
oh,
it.
it's actually it's good that this platform has updated finally because I was like, oh my gosh, I won't be able to see her. I was like, shoot,
Mhm.
I'm showing slides. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If you see her, let me know.
I will.
All right. So next, I picked a bunch of bags first, and then I'll move on to the accessories. This is something that both Kat and I picked.
Yeah.
And like I said, I came from the point of view of what I would still buy, despite all the crazy price increases, and despite this collection being mm, less less appealing to me anyway. But this bag being this is basically a classic, right? The mini square is a classic shape. This one is with the pearl crush, and it's denim. So in a way, I feel like this is not even part of the collection. It's just a piece that comes back very often because of its shape. And yes, they are expensive now. They're getting more and more expensive, but in terms of Chanel, right? Chanel pricing, I feel like this is still something that I would get if I was after one.
Hmm.
It's as simple as that.
I like
What do you think,
this.
Kat?
Yeah, I like this. I like this denim. I think maybe almost every year Chanel would do a denim piece.
Yeah.
And so far, all of their denim pieces are really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
I really like this, but I can see some comments coming in like from Joe. I want it, but it's probably going to be impossible to get
It
because
will be.
this
Yeah.
is one of the hot items for this season. I like it.
Yeah, you would have had to tell your essay yesterday. But regardless, I feel like if you can get your hands on it, and if you are going after one, get it. I was told that this one is also lined in denim or in fabric inside, so I was actually surprised about that. I thought it would be lined in leather.
Mm.
But if you guys know, and you can correct us if I'm wrong, but and also let me know what you're after for this season. I don't know if this season is as exciting, but I try my best. So the next item that I picked is the Chanel 19. And I thought this one was quite special because they changed the colors of the placement, the color placement on the chains, and even the brooch, the turn lock itself. Instead of the vintage gold and then the handle on top of it, vintage gold, it's silver. It's
Mm.
actually ruthenium silver, which is, I don't know, I think it's pretty fresh looking. And when I saw it, I was like, ooh, I like this. I mean, I already like this bag, obviously. Regardless of whatever size you pick, I feel like this is just a nice twist to the original. And I know it's expensive, but it is what it is. This is still one of my favorite bags. If I had to repurchase it, which is a tag video that I filmed recently, and I'll try to post it next week, this would be one of them. So what do you think, Kat?
I actually didn't see this. Like, I think it didn't even strike me that there was a change in the
The
chain.
difference, right?
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention to it. But now that you brought it out, I was like, oh yeah, it kind of looks a little different. It looks like a vintage silver, like a matted aged vintage silver. It's nice. Do I like it more than two? Oh, I don't know. I think I need to see a side by side. I guess it's a little bit like if you buy a jumbo, Chanel jumbo with gold hardware, and you buy a Chanel jumbo with silver hardware. You put them side by side. One looks a little bit more grand, and then one is more sort of softer, more subtle.
Mm.
So yeah, I think this is more like a subtle version of the Chanel 19 because they reversed the color.
Right. I didn't pick it from the point of view of like, oh, I think this is nicer. I just thought that, oh, something a little different. And
Mm.
I already like the lambskin version of the Chanel 19. And then I just like that they just switched up the color a little bit. So, if I didn't have a Chanel 19 already, I would look at this and I would consider it.
So I
Right?
can see.
Whether I
I'm
end up with the
let's take a look at.
silver handle or the gold handle, it's just a matter of choice when I'm trying it, right?
Yeah. I'm looking at the comment. I see MK saying, "Oh, I like the ruthenium version much better. It's more masculine." So
It
yeah, I think so. It is.
is.
It is. It gives that yeah, more masculine vibe. I think maybe the gold. You know what would make this picture a little bit more easier to see if that handle was dropping downwards because it's on
On the
top of
bag,
the bag,
right?
right? So yeah, visually I can't imagine, but I yeah, sort of can imagine it if it was the handle was on top of the flap because that's like a big feature of the Chanel 19, right?
It is. Except when you're holding. I mean, either way,
True.
that handle can be on the back, on the front. Either way, I just feel like this is a fresh, like a different
Yeah.
just color. And it's such a small detail change, but it's so good.
Mhm.
Either way, I like it. I like the Chanel 19 period. So MK, are you gonna get one? Okay, so those are the only two bags that I picked from the whole bunch. I didn't even look at the seasonal bags. There were some that were fun, but I just, I just went with the classics because ultimately, at this point in time, with all the crazy prices, if I were to start over, I would just go straight to the classic shapes, and that's what I would build my collection from.
Mhm.
Having said that, of course, I love my micro bags. I think I made that pretty clear, both Kat and I. So this one is another fun version. This season they're having the denim. So they're doing actually the denim on quite a few pieces. They have this um, not cocoa, pearl crush version. They also have it in the walk. They have it in the square mini, the rectangle mini. So lots to choose from. And I feel like yeah, this price is pretty much standard for a micro bag. And I think because it's in denim material, so the price is still, it's still reasonable. It's in the, it starts with a 2 versus a 3. And yeah, I just like it. It's cute.
It's
Is it
cute.
leather on the inside? It looks like leather, but I'm
It
not too
looks
sure.
like leather on the inside, and I think it is because the strap looks like leather as well.
The strap should be, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I like this, and I love the fact that ever since people have been watching our luxury live show, several of them have bought the micro bags.
Yes.
We're so sorry. Sorry, not sorry, I
Sorry,
guess.
not sorry. Thank us later.
You can blame us. You can blame us, but you thank us later.
No, I
like
just
it.
like this one. This one is, I think, the same width as the top handle one that we have, the one right behind me. I don't know why they would make one side detachable, maybe so that you can tuck it in. Like, I honestly don't know why. Is it because, oh, you know what? Maybe it's because it's easier to wear around your waist, because this one you can adjust it. So you can make it into
Right.
a belt bag. Oh, that's clever. Okay, maybe that's why they make it detachable on one side. So yeah, I feel like this is such a fun piece. And if you're after a novelty piece and you happen to like a denim, or you just want to add a denim piece, I think this is so fun.
Yeah,
I
I
really
think
like it.
with denim pieces, I think there's a concern that even for me, would you want to pay $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 for a denim bag? I think that's sort of a lot of people would say I'd rather buy leather, but I do love a denim bag, a material bag. So this could be like your little toe into the denim, but not pay that kind of high price point, but still get to enjoy a Chanel denim bag, mini bag.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. I mean, the most I would go is the mini size. I
Yeah.
think the mini is still borderline acceptable now or never type of price range. But yeah, totally agree with that for a denim, fabric piece. Okay, moving on to some costume jewelry. This is a pair of earrings that I saw that I was like, oh, cute. And price is not so crazy. I mean, everything is kind of crazy now, but it's still sort of like, okay. I can get on with that. And I thought the detail was this is, their rock and roll pieces this season has a lot of spiky details. So they even made the pearl design a bit spiky, but I like it. This one is cute. This one I like. Would you wear this? I think you would wear this, no?
I think I would, but I'm just not sure how does it look like on the ears. Would it be sticking
No
out
idea.
forward? Like, cause like where is the
Oh, the pin?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish they showed it.
Right? I can't is it coming like forward? Like the spike is forward and the circles at the back. I would imagine it to be drooping, but where is the pin?
I
don't
would
think
imagine that the circle is just on your ears and then the little spike is pointing down.
What? That is so weird.
What? Why? Why would that be weird?
Like, you mean that whole circle thing on the ear? It's like huge. Okay, maybe not that big.
Well, not really. Like if you look at my earrings, I don't know if you can see it right now because I'm really small, but this part is on my ear because there's the pin. The pin must be on top of the CC. I'm assuming, right?
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think it looks kind of weird because like you got this. It looks like you got a circle at the top and then a little thing that juts out at the bottom of it. It's like elongating your little ear lobe.
Okay, maybe I'll try to find a picture later before we end this show on the actual models to see which model was wearing it. Like,
I thought it would be maybe the
I
other
feel
way
like we
around.
need to see it on the model
Yeah.
who wore this piece. But yeah,
I'm
anyway,
kinda
I thought it was cute. Let's
It's
move
cute.
on.
It's cute though. I just
Apparently,
cannot imagine how it's
you
worn.
think that it's weird.
No,
But
looking at it, it's cute. It's cute, but it's just I can't imagine how it's worn. I'm like trying to imagine like
okay.
which way.
I don't know. When I saw this, especially the picture on the left, I just thought that maybe the pin is on the CC, like on the top part of the CC. And so that's where you
Right.
would wear it. And then, you would see that little
Nubbin.
pokey part coming down. Anyway, what? Okay, up next, I chose the choker of the same design.
Mm.
They actually had a quite in this collection, they had quite a few pieces with this spiky pearl. They had a belt as well, and then I think they had a headband. They had a cuff. Yeah, I think those are the ones that I remembered, and I was particularly interested in the earrings that we saw earlier, and then this choker. Many models were actually wearing this choker on the runway, and the price is a little higher, but it's still reasonable for Chanel, of course. Everything is, for Chanel in quotation. And if you really look closely, there is not only the spiky pearl, but there's also rhinestones, and it's really pretty. So it's rock and roll, but it's not so crazy rock and roll that you have to be so edgy to wear it. This piece is quite nice, I feel.
It's nice, but I'm not sure. I better
What
not
are you
say
thinking
anything.
now?
I better not say anything. I better just in case somebody wants to buy it. I don't want to get in trouble.
Are you thinking of?
I'm thinking
Wait,
of teeth.
are you thinking of
It looks like teeth.
teeth? Oh, teeth is not so bad.
I know, but
I
it's
thought you were gonna say something else.
No. No, I mean, this looks weird. And then, yeah, I'm trying to turn off all kinds of, thoughts, but just looking at the row of pearly whites, I don't know why. It feels really.
It creeps you out?
Yeah, it creeps me out a little bit.
Okay. But this is synthetic anyway. It's resin, strass, metal.
Veneers.
It's not like, it's not animal teeth or anything.
Veneers. It looks like veneers.
It looks like veneers. Okay, so you can't buy this one.
I can't. I'm sorry. No.
I totally did not see that. I just saw, I'm like, ooh, cool, edgy design. Something that I could consider. Like I said, I'm not gonna buy this one because I already had my eye on another choker that I bought already. And I was able to track one down. So one choker is enough. But I just thought this was nice. Okay. Moving on.
Poor princess in BMW says creeped out too. See, I'm not the only one.
Man, why you guys gotta do that to me? Oh my gosh, you can't see the beauty in things instead. Just kidding. No worries. This necklace, you won't like it any better then, because it does have a few spiky pearly whites on the front, because that's like the added detail to the necklace. Okay, so it's an otherwise just pearl necklace with a CC, but the front part does have the spiky.
This looks like veneers with grills.
What?
Oh, I think I'm watching too many rap video, MTV videos right now. I see veneers, I see grills, those grill things.
Oh, okay.
No, but no. Honestly,
I'm gonna ask the Luxee.
This is better.
Are you guys not a fan of this collection then also? Because I didn't even bother making a collection, a collection overview video of this collection. Normally I would, because I see the whole collection and I'm like, oh my gosh, loved it. This one, pick and choose, like very, like these are basically all the maximum, like these are all the pieces that I actually saw and like, okay, I can get on with that. But that is pending seeing and trying it on person. But as a presentation, I thought, okay, it's good enough to show it.
I think these pearly whites are much better. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the other one, like the choker, like all a row of like teeth. I think maybe not. Like
I guess the choker is facing you, right? Because this choker is like stationary, so it's like poking this way. It's poking out of your neck, whereas this one, it could be dangling down.
Yeah,
right.
Really
that's how it's showing on the picture. I don't know.
Flintstones.
Plus this one is a little cheaper, and it's a little bit of added detail that makes it interesting if that's what you like. Okay.
Oh, finally.
No more pokey teeth. Okay, this is just bubbly pearl. I'm wearing last season, not this season.
Oh, I love this.
Last season. I'm wearing last season's. This is 21B, and they're doing more hearts. And I think if you missed out on these ones, I feel like these ones are pretty. They don't have any rhinestones, so you don't have to worry about anything falling off too, if that's a worry of yours. I think these are cute.
I think these are nice. Like, I missed out on those heart earrings. Like, I think when we did the collection video, I was actually saying, oh man, I really like this. They're kind of like puffy. They like
Yeah.
little, like really crunchy and like just like cloud, you know, like a nice squishy puff heart are so beautiful. And you got them really nice. Missed out. So this is an opportunity to get it again. But yeah, cute lah. I like this.
These are cute. I
Mm.
think if you see them, you should definitely try them on. If you like them, take them home. Don't think too much, because these are pretty much, these are just as good, I feel. They're just different from a different
Yeah.
season. These are even more simple. I don't know about the real size compared to these, but on picture they look great. And price wise, these are actually cheaper than these ones. Okay. So that's it for the jewelry. It was too funny. So I think my last item that I wanted to show is a pair of sandals. I looked at everything else, but I just feel like, like I said earlier, like this collection is very out there. And even the pieces that were really part of the runway, I was like, meh, it's okay. The most I could, get on with is that spiky teeth. Apparently you guys don't like. But these sandals, I thought they were just very simple, very classic. Just, a little bit of patent leather detailing with the CC intertwined. Like the height is not too high, very easy to put it on and off. So I like them. And the price is not too bad for Chanel shoes. So that's pretty much the last thing that I picked. Would you wear this? I think you would, right?
I would.
Yeah.
I find that these shoes, I think you need really slim feet to wear,
Okay.
because they, it doesn't cover much of your feet, right? It's just that one strap. So it does make your feet look, if you got big feet, like broader feet, it might make your feet look a bit hobbit like.
You mean like the toes are spreading too
It's
much?
like splayed out and all the meat from your feet is coming out.
Okay.
But if you have slim feet, actually these are beautiful. So for me, I don't have like big feet. I have problematic feet, but I don't have big feet. So I don't know. I think, but I would definitely consider like trying. If I see this in store, I'll try it. I'll try it out.
Yeah. I think as long as you don't have super big feet, I think even because I have just regular width, like medium width feet, and I think I'm fine. I don't know. Anyway, I have sandals that are similar to this, not Chanel, but yeah, they look nice. And I think Cassie is not here yet, so we're gonna wait for her to come on before we continue with the show. Like I said, she also picked a few items, and then we also have some questions for her.
Yep. I think everybody can. I saw a couple of questions for Cassie already, so you can pull them out later. But we got a couple of questions. I saw we can answer those first.
Yeah, let me go back.
That is funny. Oh my god.
Oh goodness.
I feel like this collection, I don't know. It's not. I'm not wowed by it. It's not because it's rock and roll. Nothing to do with the rock and rollness. I feel like it's just, it's not the rock and roll that's not appealing. I like rock and roll, but it's just, I don't know what's the word. Like, it's just not attractive. Kind of.
You could say that.
Yeah, plain rock and roll. Yeah.
No, it's not plain rock and roll. It's like adding a bit of rock and roll details to it, because you can tell even like the makeup on the models, and even like the ready to wear, the pieces were sort of like there was a few jackets where like it would sort of cinch in a little bit, and then it would flare out, and then it would be quite long, like to the thigh length, and that's not really something that you can wear it's not a classic jacket, right? It's definitely more like sort of rock-ish detail, which is why it was not attractive. Like you said, it was sort of just, I don't know, it's almost like a spin-off of like a little project, I feel. And this runway was not even like a I guess it was also designed when it was like during the pandemic, right? So they didn't even really have a runway per se. They were just, the models were just walking out and they just filmed it. And so it wasn't even as grand. Like it was not grand at all. Usually with Chanel runways, a whole collection is usually so grand. Even the venue is grand, and there's always an audience. And this one was not like that. And it was very, like I didn't even know when it came out, basically.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I don't know. It's like you want to be rock and roll. You want to have the rock, but you're too afraid. So you do 20% rock and roll. Then you go. But majority is still that very girly feel to it. Because you still got the hearts and you still got this little bit of like pastel. But you put a few spikes here and there. So I feel like if you want to do rock and roll, you do it, right? You maybe do 80% rock and roll, you put that 20% of the Chanel girly element in it. This is like the other way around. So not sure.
It's okay. We don't, I would have to 100% agree that this collection, I was like, meh. I was like, nothing to talk about. Like, we're already done talking about it. It's like so early, 35 minutes in the show. MK, those costume jewelry pieces look nice on screen, but we need to see them in real life. Their pieces have been looking very fake and plasticky recently. Right, okay. Yeah, well, but though MK, you have high standards. But I'm not disagreeing with you. I will say that, you know, you have to be very, very choosy, and you just have to be, right? And lucky for us, maybe that's a way to not keep on having to have so many things to buy. There are just some collections where you want to buy everything, and it's just insane. Yeah. Like, we got no money, and then they can't even offer it to you most of the time, because when everybody wants to buy the same thing, then you can't even get your hands on it. VJ, if I didn't already have the denim square from 20B, I would have considered this one. Yeah.
And you know, I think because the collection this time is sort of maybe 5% is really, really everyone loves, which is that 5% denim, which is why that this denim bag is the hottest thing. But when I look at everything else, I can't find, you know, there's some, like you said, there's some collections you find a few bags. Like, oh, you can't get this, I'll try the other one. But this one is just that one denim bag. That is why it's gonna be
right. Okay, so I know this question is from Cassie, but just in case, because you know how sometimes we can lose the top part of the chat, so we'll just read it and then we'll have to remember to ask Cassie, what type of Chanel classic flap will you get? How special does it have to be for you to pull the trigger? So we'll have to remember to ask Cassie that. Kat, would you mind just remembering that in case we can't go back?
Got it. I took a screenshot of it.
Ah, nice. Oh, I see someone. Cassie is here. Okay, good timing, because you know what? This question is for Cassie, and we were just waiting for her. So let's pull her
I've been watching the show. I've been watching the show as I was getting ready, so I know what you guys are into and everything, and I'm excited.
Oh my gosh! Wow! Thank you for joining us. Wow!
Of course, this is amazing.
Thank you, Cassie, for coming on early. Actually, you're 20 minutes early. Like, people already had question for you, and I'm like, okay, we gotta remember these questions, because sometimes when the chat goes crazy, then you lose the top part of the chat. So I was like, okay, Kat, let's screenshot these. Let's remember to ask. Let's remember to ask Cassie. And we were just finished sharing Kat and I's our top Chanel picks. So we can share the screen again. We'll go over your picks.
Okay.
And then yeah. But anyway, Fergie had a question for you. Fergie Chen. She's like, what type of Chanel flaps will you get? How special does it have to be for you to pull the trigger?
I don't know. Do you want to know what? When I buying for me is very emotional. Like, I have to feel like I have to have this thing. I cannot live without this thing. And I've just not seen a classic flap yet that makes me feel that way. So I don't know. I think maybe maybe tastes change or whatever, there might be one that I'm like, yes. Now, if I could like create one in my mind, it would be like a blue ombre, a little bit of a glittery something happening there, you know, something like that. But so far there hasn't been one.
Okay.
Yeah, and at the
Mhm.
prices, which we will be
Oh,
asking your
gosh.
opinion too, because I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be going back and adding our we're gonna go through some of your picks.
Yes. By the way, between me sending you what I picked, I do have one more. I only have a picture of it on my phone, but I'll try my best to show.
Okay, yeah, no worries. When we
Mhm.
come back to the regular screen where you can
Yes.
probably just show it on the webcam.
Okay, I'll just make sure that I have the picture.
All right.
Go, but yes.
So you
Okay.
picked a little micro bag. We love micro bags, by the way.
Of course I did. Of course I did. Tiny bag energy. This is, do you want to know what? With the price increases and everything, I have to love it to pay that amount of money, you know? And there was just, yeah, and I was really loving some of the seasonal pieces this time, but even still it was like, for that, there's other bags on my wish list that I like more, you know? And we're at a point now where, you know, I can't have it all. So I'm going to have to pick and choose. So seasonally, any of the bags, it was just like, if somebody wanted to buy it for me, I would gladly accept. But coming out of my own pocket, it wasn't going to happen. So when it came to the SLGs, I think that Chanel are being quite, I don't know if the word is smart or sneaky with their price increases, because they're doing this to all of the classic pieces and all of that, but then they're bulking up this SLG selection and going, oh, but if you do want a little bit of Chanel, well, then we've got these that you can choose from. You know, you're not completely ruled out. And of course I fell for this. I mean, the mint, the gold against the mint. It's very similar to the little, let me grab it. Excuse the fact that I'm in sweats.
Right, you have what's the color that you have, the pink one, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I love this. It's so cute.
Oh, isn't it? It's like a little tiny Princess Barbie bag. It's just so adorable. But it gives me very similar vibes, just sort of this way, you know? Which I like, and I'm thinking, okay, well then your card holder or your cards can go vertically, and it's just something a little bit different, and I'm an absolute sucker for things like this. So yeah, that's definitely quite high up on the list.
I agree 100%. And honestly speaking, I tried to track down your one in any color. I was happy with a gold, with a silver, with a white.
Yeah.
I just wanted one, but obviously by the time I decided that, okay, I need micro bags in my life, it was already too late. It was already sold out, and the only place you could find it would be resellers market, which is fine, but with customs and everything, it's like I had to weigh. I'm like, oh, is it really worth it, or do I just buy the current season? So that's why I didn't go there. But I have to say, yours one is like, oh my goodness, the cutest one they've ever done.
Just
of all the little vanity ones, like the cutest one.
Super
But how do
cute.
you find like
And it's
zipping
soft
it
as well, right? It's a little
Yes.
soft. Oh.
Yeah. So that's why I just loved it. It was just like, it's quite, do you want to know what? It's fine to open it. And sometimes, you know, if I'll just put all of the sort of things on one side, so it's just a one zip kind of thing. But the other thing is that it's quite roomy, you know, for a mini bag. We've got to take what we can get. And I think that you can actually stuff quite a bit in there. So I mean, it's just adorable, isn't it? And with a mini bag as well, I do have like a little black one, and I love that. But I also just think a pop sometimes is just, you know, let's get a little bit crazy with it. I might not have a proper bag this color, but I will have a mini bag as a pop, you know?
That's true. Because I think a lot of people want to get like colored bags. They're like, oh, I want to get a colored bag. But if it's too big, then you'd be like, oh, it doesn't match. And it's, you know, it clashes. But if it's small, it works.
Exactly. I think so.
Hold on to that one. It's gonna be, you know, whip it out in 10 years, and it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, you have that.
I know. Oh, vintage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is controversial, and I picked it because I want to discuss. So These are the lip rings, which we saw a lot on the runway models coming down and everything. And to be honest with you, I would probably never have considered this if I hadn't seen recently. Did you see Angelina Jolie at a premiere was wearing like a
yes,
lip
yes.
thing? Yeah, with her Balmain outfit. And I thought, you want to know what? It was just like a weird little pop, an unexpected moment. And because the rest of her look was so like simple and natural, it was just this like, oh, I didn't see that coming and it looks fabulous kind of thing. What's quite funny is yesterday, she came up on my feed or something and my boyfriend was behind me and it was like, what's that on her mouth? And I was like, it's a lip ring. Like, you just don't get it. Okay. You don't understand the vibes. Okay. But I love when Chanel does these very weird and wonderful oddities. I remember years ago, do you remember they had a collection that had temporary tattoos?
Oh, on Chanel? No, I don't.
Yes.
I'm
And
not aware of which one.
yeah, you could buy these packs of temporary tattoos.
Oh.
And it was like the most ridiculous novelty, you know, like childish thing. But I absolutely loved it just because it was so random. So
Right.
that's how I'm kind of feeling about these. Are they the most practical thing? No, because you're going to have to weasel it out every time you want to have a drink or a snack or something. It's like, one moment, please. Let me just get rid of
Excuse me.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm never going to actually get my lip pierced. So this is a nice little, you know, put it on as part of a look, take it off kind of thing. A lot of my comments when I did my review about this collection were very divided on the lip ring. It was very, get the lip ring, you can make it happen, or don't you dare. So
What? Okay.
yeah, exactly. So it's a controversial one, but I thought it was interesting.
No, but you know what? If, like you said, if you're never really gonna get a piercing, but you like the trend, why not?
Yeah,
And I hear that you can actually wear it as a, you know, on your ear part. Like, I only have one piercing, so maybe Kat
Yes.
can
Could
better
you? I
of
think
a.
I don't know if
I
you
think
could.
you can wear it on the ear. As far as I read somewhere, I can't remember where I read it. It could be on a, it could be on a reseller's, actually on the IG reseller story, that these lip rings not only can you wear on your lips, but you can wear it on ears. So it's actually more versatile than you think.
Yeah.
Possible.
So there we go.
You gotta just squeeze it a little bit because your lips like kind of fat.
Yes.
So-
And then I know. I think it depends on the width of the gap, isn't it?
Right,
Um,
right.
But yes, I thought that these were an interesting little addition. Let me try and find the picture of this other thing. It was actually a subscriber that sent it to me.
Okay.
It was like, oh my gosh, you have to get this. And I can't believe that I didn't see it throughout like the whole collection. Or, you know what, there's just so many pieces sometimes when you look at the app or the website, and your senses, everything just gets a bit swamped, isn't it? And you're just like, okay, another necklace, another this, another that.
Yeah.
True. It's
Okay.
true. Like, I didn't even know that there was some bag. I didn't even know the Chanel 19 chain
Yes.
changed. I didn't know. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Fast.
Because you're just like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, there's like 70 something new bags. And yeah, exactly. But have a look at this. Can we see? It's like a, oh, there we go. It's like a chain harness, and then it's got the little CC in the middle.
Oh, it's like
so you wear it like
a brace.
Yes.
I don't even know how to call this.
Kind of meat here.
Right.
Yeah, so it comes from the top and come from underneath. And I've got a kind of Versace one that's very sort of like heavy duty looking. Years ago, I got it, and I love it just for, you know, you've got a simple dress for the evening, or even just a turtleneck. You know, I love a turtleneck.
Right.
And you just want to add a little bit of something. Just put this on, and I feel like that is a bit more dainty. It's a little bit more subtle than the other one I've got.
Yeah.
So, and you can position it sort of higher so it can fall as a necklace with just a little bit more. Yeah, or a bit lower, kind of, you know, in the middle of the chest kind of thing. So I just thought, again,
in the app.
I don't know because I just saw this picture, but I'll send it to you afterwards. Oh, there we go.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and it just
I could totally see you rock this.
Send
I don't know if I can rock
can
this,
I.
but I totally see you rock this.
Oh, it's just I don't know. You know, I like those little sort of odd and interesting bits. So that really intrigued me when somebody sent it to me. I was like, "This is very you," and I was like, "We are in dangerous territory because it is." Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now I need to find out how much it is because I have no idea.
Yeah, I think Kat is probably looking.
I'm trying to see if it pops up, but I don't see it. Actually, I don't even. Yeah,
because I don't know if it will be under costume jewelry or you know how they have that other accessories section as well.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know where it will live.
Well, while Kat is looking,
Mm-hmm.
well, I still have a couple more slides because we have some questions for you. And then, of course, we'll also pull in the questions from the audience. But you might have already talked about it. I'm sure you have. But we want to know what you thought of this.
Of the price increase.
Look at the development since, I mean, okay, let's not look at too early because we were not born yet. But I mean, just from 2010 till 2015, it was like a moderate increase every year. Not too bad.
Inflationary.
Oh my God, the last couple years though.
Yeah. And this
is in USD for the medium flap.
I mean, I remember it would have been the sort of 2010, 2015 mark kind of thing when, you know, I was watching my mum buy the classic flaps and, you know, finding out how much they were and everything. And even then, the concept of a bag that was like 3,000 was like, oh my gosh, that is, you're up there kind of thing with the bag prices. And I mean, I think we can all agree that it is crazy. It's insane that, I mean, there's 8,800, 10,000 euros. It's just, it's ridiculous. And it becomes, I think, selfishly, I'm not that interested in the classics, right? But I feel for those people who have always had this on their wish list, who, you know, it's always been like, if there's one bag, it's going to be a classic flap kind of thing. Or the people starting out, and again, that's one of their goal bags, and the savings point just keeps getting further and further. You know, every year with these kinds of announcements. Does Chanel care? No. At the end of the day, they're there to make money kind of thing. And I think that also a lot of people get very emotionally, I guess triggered is the word with these things. And it's like, oh, well, you know, they clearly don't care about us. I'm not going to be shopping anymore. And I get that. But at the same time, they've never really cared about us, you know? Yeah, they're just there to say, "Oh, this thing is delicious, and we think that you should spend your money on it." And you know, and then we do. But yeah, so I think it's crazy. And my only kind of workaround around it is there do seem to be some seasonal pieces that are similar. So you know that there was that one last season and the season before with the little top handle. Everything pretty much looked exactly the same, but you've got the little top handle. Those kinds of things, I think, are a good workaround. And I don't know if they kind of do that for this reason. So they're like, you know what, we'll drop once in a while something that's kind of similar. Again, they probably don't care about us enough to actually think about that. But yeah, that's my only kind of like, if you want a Chanel classic flap, but they're completely out of your price range at the moment, then have a look, dig into the seasonal pieces. And, you know, I think it's very easy to get disheartened with it. But have a look, because there might be something very similar that actually might suit your needs a little bit more with a different strap or an extra strap or something that is a bit of a workaround. But yeah, it's terrible. Like it's crap. It's just, it makes you feel bad, you know?
Terrible. And you know, I like the way you put the strategy, because, you know, it's a good way to hook those people in, because imagine if all this while you just wanted the classic flap. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the only bag you want. But now it's gone like way past the price. So you, like you said, you know, Chanel drops these smaller pieces. No, not smaller, but just seasonal pieces that kind of look the same but cheaper. Then, you know, when you have a taste of Chanel, you go like, oh man,
yeah,
I should just work towards the Chanel classic flap. I've always wanted it anyway. So you actually get the customer in the end, because once she's in, she's in.
Yeah.
I think for me, this is how I've kind of went about it myself. Although I did still eventually get my classic flap this year, right around my birthday, I did avoid it for the longest time. I mean, I didn't really want to avoid it. I wanted to buy it, but it's just like every time I looked at it, I'm like, wow, I can't believe this is the price of it. And granted, you know, even back in 2015, we saw the graph, right? It was like right in the middle. It was still reasonable. But even back then, I was like, oh my gosh, every time I looked at it and considered it, I'm like, no, I could buy this now. So instead, I went with and bought all these seasonal flaps instead.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, never say never. That's how I would tell someone who's starting today, like maybe it is impossible, or maybe it feels impossible today because you can only save so much. Maybe you have a new job, you're a fresh grad, but buy what you can now that still satisfy you and that you still love and that you would carry and use. Eventually, one day, you will be able to buy that classic flap. And yes, it might have gone up even more in price, but it's a matter of biting that bullet as an exception here and there, because it's always, you know, it's going to trend up, never really going to trend down, right? These things.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think Chanel here is like the extremity, because we see in other brands now the price is creeping up. Like, I mean, didn't we? I've definitely done one of these videos, and I'm sure you guys have, which is like, you know, best bags under $1,000. That is getting harder and harder to do. Because, my gosh, they are few and far between. All of the, you know, Louis Vuitton now, those, you know, they're creeping up and things like that, and it's going to come to a point where, you know, in a few years' time, it's $2,500 to start out, you know, that kind of thing, which is ridiculous. But here we are in the world of luxury, you know.
I had a message from my Bottega sales advisor like 2 days ago, and she messaged me. She said, Miss Kat, are you still interested in the mini Jody bag? Because I really wanted a parakeet color. And I was like, I'm not sure. She said, we're having a price increase. So in Singapore, the bag is like 2,600 Singapore dollars, which is about divide by 2, I guess, in pounds. And I think today it went up to 3,500. So 30%.
Oh my
30
God.
plus. Crazy. She was like, I was like, that's a huge jump. That's
my gosh.
Yeah.
You know what? It's good that she told you. It's good that she told you, because Chanel won't. Chanel won't, like,
that's true.
I hear that you're having a price increase. Nothing's confirmed, but yeah, the bag that you want is definitely not in stock, but it will be next week after the price increase. Yeah.
I honestly don't know how, because I always learn about rumored price increases through social media.
How
I
do they
don't know where those people get that information from, because my essay does not know until it happens.
Yes.
It's a mystery to me.
Honestly, yeah, exactly. I have no idea. And in the UK as well, I think that they definitely won't share as much as I kind of think essays in other countries do. Because also our Chanel essays specifically, I actually think for most of the stores aren't allowed to have dedicated social media for their job. Which I know in other countries they freely do, and you know, share new pieces on there or whatever. So it's interesting. But yeah, I don't know where they get their information from.
I'm sure they find out, like, maybe like me, like, but it's not like a lot, like
Mhm.
I only know like a day before, right? So she's
Yes.
giving me 24 hours notice to run down to the store and grab the bag. But I was like, no, I'm sorry. I
No,
just
no.
Right.
But like, like
But some
the
of the
November
acts they're like
increase that just
2-3
happened
weeks
for the
ahead.
classic flaps, it was talked about on IG. Like you could see it on like stories.
Months.
It was already like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
A couple weeks before it was already showing up, and everybody was talking about it. Everyone is forwarding the same story, basically.
Yeah.
That is a lot in advance compared to what I could possibly learn myself if I was on my own. Like
Yeah.
I could never learn this information until it already happened.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But anyway.
No, it's almost like being, like you watch those crime films and, somebody's family is hostage and it's like you got 24 hours to get the money. It's like that sometimes. Honestly. How you were saying with the mini Jodie, it's like, it's happening tomorrow. And you're like, what
do I do? You don't have time to think. You're like, okay. And I remember, and I saw it, and I actually texted Amy and a few girls. I said, I'm having FOMO right now.
I know.
They're like, don't do it. Don't do it. I was like, okay, don't do it. Turn her off.
Honestly. And
I was like, forget it, Kat, forget it. Everybody is having price increase. And actually, we had this thought too. I was like, Chanel is very they have pretty much done that since last year, where their price increase jump is ridiculously high.
Yeah.
Percentage-wise, 20-30%. And we were just wondering, like, are all the other brands gonna follow suit? Like, we're talking LV is kind of doing similar, but what about Hermes? What about all the other brands? I mean, even that Bottega jump that's
big.
pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Jump.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of hope not. It's almost, it's sort of getting to a place where if a bag comes out that you like, you've just got to go for it, because it's not even worth it to risk the next drop, the next season, and it goes up again. It's even like the Fendi first, that initially I was like, nice bag, but I'll be moving on with my life kind of thing. Then I saw it in person. I was like, oh no, I love her kind of thing. And I was thinking, oh, I'll wait until next season to see the colors. Well, they've seen that we all like it now. And guess what? Price has gone up,
Yep.
Oh, you've just got to move fast.
Yes. So Kimberly says the harness that you found, that you showed.
Yeah.
2,400 USD. Wow. That is.
I'm trying to do like what I think the conversion will be.
What's the conversion?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all trying to do conversion.
Yeah.
It's about 30% more for Canadians, or 25%.
Okay, 75%.
Exchange rate has been a bit better recently.
Okay.
So in Canadian, let me see.
Yeah.
After I converted to Canadian, I can convert it to UK.
I think that will be about 1,700, 1,800 UK. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, 1,760 UK. If that's like directly converting from US to Canada to back to UK. Yeah. Wow. A lot.
I know. That's gonna have to be a think.
I'm gonna pull more questions from Dale. How many classic flops do you have between you? Oh, okay. There are really so many more unique and attractive bags. Yes, agreed. So I have the small size that I just bought from 21A. And then if you count my jumbo, which is a pre-love bag from circa 2010, 2009, I guess that would be 2. That one is a single flap. So if you consider that a classic flap, that would make it 2.
Well, 0 from my end. I've got one jumbo, which was like 2013, 14, I think, around there. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, if you count the mini flap, I do have a mini flap. You have a mini flap as well.
I have 2. I have 2, 1 rectangle, 1 square. And yeah, that's it. So if you do count the mini flaps, then. but I don't count them because mini flaps, they're just not the same price range. Like, I mean, they did go up in price a lot too, but they are not 10,000 Canadian dollars. It's like, that's just stupid money. That's really stupid money.
Mm-hmm.
So
But I agree with Dale, and I think that, I don't know. Okay, I'm interested to hear your guys' opinions on this. I think a lot of the hype as well with classic flaps is the fact that they're an investment bag. And all of these price increases obviously help that. But it also means that a lot of people feel like they have to have it because it's almost like there's a luxury checklist, right? It's like Chanel classic flap, Cartier love bracelet, blah, blah, blah. And it's like you have to check off these things in order to, like, you know, have the core luxury pieces. So I feel like that's a part of it as well. And maybe there are some people that will just like it straight off the bat. It's my style and all that. And I get that 100%. But there might be some people that just feel like they have to have it. They may not even like it as much as other seasonal non-classic bags, but they have to have it. What do you guys think?
I'll let Amy go first.
How do I answer this? I feel like I felt that pressure myself, if I'm being completely honest. But like I said earlier, I did feel that pressure when I was trying to build and starting to build my collection. And when I say build, it sounds so strategic. It's really not that. It's just like, oh, I wish I could have a Chanel bag. And then I started somewhere. And then it just, 10 bags later, that's what it is. But I did feel that pressure at first, knowing that and hearing that. Actually, it's more about hearing and getting influenced by social media, me doing content myself, that I feel like, oh, it's a bag that I should have because I love bags and it's a timeless piece. So at the back of my mind, I always felt like it's something that I will achieve one day, that I would I hope to achieve. At least that's how I felt at the time. And especially with the first price increase that really shocked the world, I think it was May 2020, last year. It went up 30% for the mini flap, and it was basically the trend since then, like where the increase was so drastic, like we're talking thousands of dollars at a time. That's when I really felt the pressure. Like I pushed myself and thought, okay, if I don't buy it now, it's really now or never. So when the color came along that I really liked, because I have the dove gray version from 21A, I just had to pull the trigger. One of it was actually not even available, because I asked my SA if it was available. It was not even available. But I asked her again a few days later, and she said, okay, there's one that just came in. Do you want it? I'm like, okay, this is my sign. I mean, whatever you call it, right? I just knew that I had to take it, and that's how it kind of happened. So it sounds so strategic. It sounds like, oh my gosh, like it's something that I have to have, but you don't know until it happens. So I will say there is a bit of truth to that, for sure, for myself anyway. But would I go as far as adding more colors and adding more sizes? No, because one is enough. And I do have a lot of other bags that I enjoy that are seasonal. They're not the classic, but I wear them just as much, if not more, because I've owned them longer too. I
actually really agree with like Amy, because so to answer your question, is like some people have to have it. And if there wasn't any social media, there's no YouTube, there's no research, that actually would not be so intense. But because of social media, like people saying, get the classic, it's an investment piece, you'll get your money's worth. It actually does amplify that feeling like, okay, if I get anything, I'll just get the classic flap. I'll just be done and just get that. I don't know if I like it, but seems to be the bag. Then from my perspective, like I guess that is for people who maybe not really sure, or they just don't want to take the risk because it's so much money, right?
I get that, 100%.
Yeah, and for me personally, I mean, from my own experience, you know, trendy bags, they're great and I love them. I've got several of them. I've same crystal bag as you. Like, we'll spend on that, right? We'll spend on that. But you know that if you're being strategic with your collection, like you can't be spending 50 bags, right? You gotta like in and out.
Yeah.
You do know that the trendier pieces, they just don't hold their value. It's not that we want to buy to sell, but if you're trying to be smart, unfortunately, those core bags tend to be the one that I don't like to say like quote unquote hold their value. I don't like to say that, but it is the fact, right? If you buy a bag that is like a mini Jody parakeet, very unlikely that I would be able to get at least my cost. So if I'm being strategic in that sense, that's why I feel like the whole get the classic, get it before it keeps going up. That FOMO feeling is so intense.
Yeah.
And people just do it at the end of the day. I don't care if I like it, I'll just get it. You know?
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%.
And I wonder if age has something to do with that, because I'm pretty sure Kat and I are much older than you.
Oh
we
my
don't
God.
know your age.
No, stop.
No, I'm 40 already. I turned 40 this year.
We should teach Cassie some Chinese. You know, in Cantonese they say "四張唔使找," means four.
You're gonna have to break that up for me.
四張, that means 4 pieces.
四張.
四張, 4 pieces. So 1, 2, 3. So 4張, so 4 pieces. Because you know, we Chinese, we like to talk like money, like 4 pieces of 4 pieces. Okay, so 4 pieces. 4張唔使找. No need to change. No change.
No change needed.
4 pieces, no change. So 40, 40, no change. So it means we're like,
that's cute. That's cute. I like it.
I think yours is 3 pieces.
I see
and
another
still got
really
change.
good question that's also related to what we're talking about, but I don't want to lose this one. There might be some typos. I'm going to try my best. Do you usually give a few choices for your Hermes quarter bag? I'm assuming. Really wanted gold Kelly Cellier for the first quarter bag, waited 2.5 months. Essay advised stock is really low and to consider other colors. Okay, I think she's asking, would you usually give more choices of color or choices in general if you have to wait longer? Because her choice is the gold Cellier. Anyway, I think Kat might be able to answer this.
Like for me,
2.5 months is not that long though.
Yeah,
that's so short.
I don't like. Are you after any quota bags, Cassie?
Yes, but also I'm not actively playing the game. So I've got my wish in there. If it comes in and they deem me worthy of that email, then I will gladly jump. But otherwise, I would love a mini Kelly in blue. There's one specific that's like the Bluff Frida with gold hardware, and it's absolutely exceptional. It's
what color is it?
Bluff Frida, Frida.
It's a bluish color, right?
It's like a turquoisey, cobalty. It's that wonderful like in between. And I also love. Have you seen like the pocket strap that they do? That kind of
yes. And
I like that combination. Yes, right. that color in the mini Kelly with that pocket strap, beautiful. So that's kind of like the only thing on my list. But sort of in answer to this question, I said blues, greens. I picked out some specific ones, but it was mainly like blues, greens, and like a couple of pinks. And then I said 25 or 30, preferably 25. Really don't care about the leather or the hardware, you know, especially like when it was my first, it was like, you could offer me anything and I'm going to walk out with it, you know, because if there's that Chanel pressure, that Hermes pressure is, oh God, you know,
true. Like,
yeah, it could be like neon yellow. And I was going to be like, yep, thank you very much.
Okay, so in other words, your choices, like you gave him a lot of options.
Yeah,
him or
gave
her,
a lot of
your
options.
essay. You gave them a lot of choices, so they can be quite creative with what to offer you.
Yeah.
But I think for Viv here, she's quite specific. She's going for gold for her first bag. Waited 2.5 months.
Anyway. Yeah.
I think if I had to give an advice, and if that's the only color you want,
stick with it.
You gotta just wait it out.
Yeah.
If you get any other color that you're not gonna be happy with, forget about it. I mean,
you're just gonna look at it every time and be like, oh, but
if only
she wasn't gold, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Because in the case of Cassie, she's happy with all these wonderful colors. So I don't know anything that is too close to gold aside from a taupe. That is not even close, but it's, you know, sort of kind of in the neutral family that you might like. But yeah, hope that was helpful. I say wait it out if that's and 2.5 months seems like a long time, I know, for waiting, but I've been waiting for, let's not even talk about it, like, you know, almost a year. But I would say just, if you have to wait it out, I would just wait it out.
Yeah,
if that's
2.5
the absolute color you want.
Yeah.
Unless you're willing to drop a lot of cash fast.
Yeah.
You were very you know, like pay a little bit more for your Hermes membership. You might get
a great way of describing it. I love that.
You might get your bag a little faster, but otherwise, if you're at the bottom of the membership, you probably gotta wait.
I know. Like, yeah, unless you walk in and say, I would like all of the table settings, thank you. Package them up. Enough for 12 people. Yeah, a little bit of fine jewelry in there, you know, then I know, this crazy.
I actually think that this is a great idea if that's already something you want to buy. The only thing I'm afraid of because, you know, this is not the first time I hear about dropping a big load of cash as, you know, the premium membership. But it's also, what if they don't have stock? Like, we are in Vancouver, we only have the one store. So it's not like it's not like I can go anywhere else. And if they really don't have stock, which I would never know if they do or not, or if they're just hiding it until they deem me, you know, worthy enough to have one, then you're going to be disappointed too. So, I mean, try it by all means. If that's what you can do and that's what you want to do, and you're already after that piece of jewelry, why not? But I personally feel like, if I feel like I've already done my parts and I feel like I, you know, like, because I have done my part, right? And I, you know, me and my essay, we have an understanding that, you know, it would be this year. So there's still you know, including this month, there's a month and a half left. So I'm okay to wait that, you know, even if it shows up in January, I'm okay to do that, right? So I would wait it out personally, if it's a matter of waiting that extra bit anyway, right? Yeah. So it depends where you are on your journey. Like, if you're just starting and you haven't paid any membership, then maybe it is a good idea to pay a little bit of membership.
Buy a pair of shoes, get a pair of Orans, okay? Get started on the membership.
I heard a very interesting fact, that Hermes Beauty now counts.
It does.
Yes. I didn't realize. And I've also heard that they're going to be expanding the beauty a lot and possibly into skincare. And they're pushing that. And because of that, it counts as part of your like history. So I think like some fashion jewelry pieces don't quite count and other things, but beauty does. So get your lipsticks.
It's really expensive because you like a little lipstick here and there. Next thing you know, like, I could have bought a pair of shoes.
Oh gosh, it's
the hand cream is like 150 Singapore dollars. Like,
I know,
but it should. I'm glad to hear that it's gonna expand because I mean, it's not bad. But
it's a very good gift idea as well.
They are.
Yeah.
At least they are good enough quality from all across the board, most people are happy with their nail polish, their lipstick. I think the blush is the one that was a bit disappointing in terms of packaging, but otherwise, I have to agree. Every time there's something new in their beauty line, my essay is always like, oh, by the way, this is new. And there we go, like going into the beauty department and then just grabbing a couple of items. But it's true, maybe that they're really trying to push it. I would have to agree, just based on being told every time there was something new.
Yeah.
Okay, from Raquel. Love to know what your guesses are of the Chanel price by the end of next year. So a year from now.
Biggest size, 11,500
Pounds?
in euros.
What is it
How
today?
much is it in euro right now?
About
right?
10.
7,000 euro, 7,300 for the small. I think that's
No.
what I
Oh,
remember.
yeah. Sorry. I'm talking about biggest size.
Oh, biggest size.
Yeah. It's just 10, I think, now. So I think 11.5. Possibly.
So you think it'll go up by 15%?
Yeah.
Only?
I know. This is my.
I honestly don't think. I just feel like I don't think they are going to keep going with this massive 20.
You don't think?
I don't think so. I hope not, but I just don't think it is sustainable to keep doing 20% twice a year, 3 times a year. Because today, like today's price, and we talked about it in last week's live, is that the jumbo is more expensive than the Birkin 25 in Singapore.
I know.
If they keep going at 25%, it's just ridiculous. Who is going to buy a jumbo? I'm not going to buy a jumbo anymore. Like, no.
That is a good question. I think still people will buy. I actually think that it will still go up, but I think it will be at least another. But we're just guessing, right? I think it'll still be gonna be another 30% by the end of next year. I feel like they might not do 20-20 or 30-30 this time, but I think they will do 10-10-10 or 15-15 by then.
Interesting, yeah.
Percent wise, yeah.
I mean, I've heard rumors as to why they're doing this, right? Which is obviously they don't have an online presence. They got hit quite hard during pandemic and all of that, and are now trying to recoup everything that they've lost. To which I just say maybe you should have just gotten a website that works. I don't know, but and put us through this hell. But yeah, I don't know. I can probably see this kind of behavior happening for another year. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, possible. In during the pandemic in Singapore, they are doing a lot of renovation. So I feel like, the world is paying for lots of Chanel renovations around the world. There's a lot of, they had this major renovation in one of the stores. Not renovate, like sort of like a whole store revamp.
Oh.
Best time to do a renovation. There's nobody going to the store, right? Multi-million dollar renovation. And apparently there's some other countries as well that they're doing these kind of like, when it's downtime in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think 20% again, maybe. Wow. Because I'm trying to imagine 20% on classic flaps again.
No.
Well, that is so if it's $10,000, then it's 12,000, right? That's not so unimaginable.
Yeah, that's true. That's not so unimaginable. True. It's just really painful.
It is.
Yeah.
For sure. We'll see. We'll see in a year time. Okay. From Bianca, how much is too much to spend on costume jewelry? Where do you draw the line? That is a great question.
Very good question.
I think for myself, I always didn't really have a line per se until last year's summer collection where I bought the big Chanel earrings. I bought both of them from the runway. that's when I decided, oh my gosh, those are my most expensive costume jewelry. And I also had to pay a bit of premium because I had to buy them from a reseller. And I think I drew the line at that kind of price. And unfortunately, the prices are trending that way after that collection, especially. I felt like after that collection, the costume jewelry was just skyrocketing. Everything that we see, anytime that there is anything that's less, like much less, that it's all usually a small piece. Like we just showed a couple earlier. They were nice, but you just really have to find those pieces and try to get your hands on them, which everyone will try to do as well. So I think I don't really have a magic number. Is if I like it enough, I will still spend the money, hence. But yeah, I try not to do too many of those. Yeah. What's the magic number? I think anything more than 1,200 Canadian is just it's like I can't do too many times of those. What about you guys?
I think for me, it depends on the item. I mean, wow.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
But like, yeah, if it's something that I am just like, oh my gosh, obsessed with, then we're going to have an exception. But I guess generally I would probably say, and this isn't like earrings, I'm mainly thinking sort of necklaces, which tend to be close to this, or like this harness that we've seen. Like £1,300 thing, it's like, because I have a couple of the Chanel costume jewelry necklaces and I love them. I look after them. I don't overwear them or anything because, I just don't want to risk them, dying on me. But yeah, and I do love the impact that they have, but it's one of those things as well that's like you start to think, okay, well, I could just put that money towards a bag or towards a jacket, that so I have to really love it. But yeah, I would probably say maybe £1,300 ish would be, if it's over this, then it's got to be exceptional.
Yeah, it's so hard to put a number because after you brought up necklace, of course the necklaces are even more, so it's so hard to put a number to it. You just I guess if I just can't sleep thinking about that piece, then I'll just have to try to get it as best to my ability as possible.
Yeah.
I think for me it would be like if the prices are too close to fine jewelry. So if the costume jewelry, it's spectacular, but the price is like, am I buying steel? Where I can buy gold.
Yeah.
Then the design has to be something that I can't sleep. I'm just thinking about it, then fine, I'll do it. But otherwise, I think in general, I'll try to look at like, is it worth buying? Can I still like, can I just let it go? That 1,000 Singapore dollars, just let it go on a pair of earrings. Yeah, it's hard to put an exact price, but something that's not too close to fine jewelry.
Yeah.
And it's still reasonable.
I think a really sort of good point that you mentioned there is also I don't buy costume jewelry that is like dainty, because then it's like, okay, well then you may as well just get a gold diamond necklace, whatever.
Exactly.
It's got to be like, I think a few people sort of, I've had comments saying, I'd never buy on costume jewelry, I would just always buy fine jewelry. And I get that, but it's like the pieces that I go for are these like, chunky chain necklaces, which would be about £25,000. So in which case I will take the Chanel costume jewelry version,
Exactly. We talked about that before, because if you were to get the exact thing in fine jewelry, you can forget it. You can forget it. And also fine jewelry, they don't make things as flashy as like in your face as costume jewelry. So if you want that look, you gotta go costume jewelry and just see whether you can stomach that price, premium price.
Yeah, and you keep your statement for costume jewelry, and every day for fine. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, from Joe, do you tend to cherish your pre-loved purchases less I am less reluctant to rehome them as compared to my store-bought purchases, or is it just me? Interesting. Interesting that you are less reluctant. Oh wait, I'm reading it wrong. I am less reluctant to rehome them, so to rehome the pre-loved purchases
Okay.
compared to store-bought. Okay, I get it. I get it.
That's interesting.
So you're saying you love them less, Joe? You love your pre-love less
I
because they're
think yes, I
pre-loved.
think that's what Joe is saying. And if I am completely honest, I will agree with Joe, because I read it wrong at first in my head, but I will I will have to
Really?
say I kind of agree with Joe, and I'm not trying to be snobbish or anything, but it's just, yeah, that's why I prefer buying retail. I do buy some pre-loved pieces, but I don't know why my heart is just not like, oh, I just love it when I see it. It's more like I like it more after I use it a while. Like, it's kind of like I'm not so sure yet. Like, you're kind of like from someone else. I don't feel the same way for you. And then if I have to, usually if I have to cut, like, do a vlog sale or whatever, then I tend to look at those pieces first. I will say that I feel that way more. Whether I do it every time is not always the case, but I do feel that way. It's with pre-loved pieces, and there's nothing wrong with pre-loved pieces, but I think it's just personality. Like, I'm very sensitive to smell, to the condition of things. Like, I like to keep my things pristine. I am so careful with them. So like, if I see that it wasn't given the same care, I just don't feel that way towards it as much. So yeah, possibly I discriminate my luxury items.
What about you, Cassie? Do you have any pre-loved pieces?
You know what? No. So it's something that my thing has always been like condition, and also there are some pieces that like, oh, I regret not buying them. But a lot of the time, if I don't get something, then I'm like, there will always be something else. So I don't even kind of like bother trying to search it out. So it's kind of like the opportunity for those kind of missed pieces is kind of like I've closed the door sort of thing, and I'm like, there will always be something else that I want to spend that money on. So it's not really come up. But, and do you want to know what, actually? Only recently have, I think, pre-loved stores, especially in the UK, have sort of taken themselves quite seriously and have given that same luxury experience that you expect from the actual store. Previously, it was very like everything was all over the place. You'd have to go digging around for anything good, sort of thing. But now you've kind of got more of those shops that are giving you that experience and that luxury feel the whole way through. It comes in a dust bag and all of that, So it's something that I'm not opposed to. It just hasn't really come up. Yeah.
Actually, to your point, I feel like that is why I don't have that affinity towards pre-loved as much. I think it's because there's just a lack of that same experience, and even like the consignment stores here, like they are popping up more for sure, and that is a great thing. But in the past, I just never really saw things that I'm like, oh, I just feel like I need to get it, because in the past, especially, the prices are so similar to consignment too. Now maybe there's a difference because of how crazy the retail space is, but yeah, I think it's availability too. So I might be different if I was like living in Singapore where Kat lives, because I know there's tons of awesome consignment stores.
Yeah.
And that I'll let Kat say to that, but that kind of drives the prices of reselling too. Like they all have to compete, so they have to be reasonable for the consumer. Right, Kat?
Yeah. So if you ever come to Singapore, there are so many, I would almost say like luxury luxury style resellers here that they have boutiques, right? Boutiques. You walk in, you see rows and rows and rows of Kellys, Birkins, Chanels, everything, and you get the whole experience. So you literally are getting the bag that you want. Of course, you pay a premium for of new items, right? Brand new in box. How they get their stuff, I have no idea, but brand new. And it comes with their own dust bag. It comes with the Hermes dust bag. It comes with the whole packaging. It comes with warranty. It comes with, in fact, some of them come with lifetime warranty that is authentic.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's like they guarantee that your bag, the bag that they are giving to you, is 100% authentic, if not money back guarantee. So you get things like that. You go like, okay, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
But then of course there's also the other side where it's like Tokyo. You see rows and rows of all these LV bags packed together like sardines, and you're like, you don't get that experience of buying luxury. You're just buying a bag. So it depends. I think I don't love my pre-loved less, but I do agree with Joe that if I had to chop bags, the pre-loved ones would go first. It's not that I love them, it's just that in my head, they tend to get selected. Like, it's not that I don't love you, but sorry, you gotta go.
Yeah, so that makes a huge difference. I feel so. Next time I visit you, I gotta go shopping with you, because like I honestly did not know this about Singapore. And even when I watch the UK vloggers, they go to so many different places that we don't have here. So yeah, we're pretty much forgotten in Canada.
So many,
okay, from Nadine, I know you said you want a Hermes Mini Kelly. What are you willing to buy to make quota? So I know Nadine, she is in Hawaii.
One of my favorite places on this earth.
Yes. Oh gosh. Anyway, so if
what have you bought? Actually,
what am I willing to buy? If I had to answer this question, I always go by what I will already use. So I don't know if I'm really like, I don't have to be willing to buy certain things. Is like if I really want that item and I will use it, and I already want it, then I will buy it. If it's it just so happens to like build up that quota, I guess, or build up that pre-spend, if that's what you call it. And yeah, to the point that Kat was making earlier, where you know, if you can, or if you want, you can just go and like pay that membership, buy that expensive thing. I don't know if I would do that. Because I want to be sort of in the middle. Like I don't want to like not play the game, because I am playing the game, but I don't want to go to that extreme of getting disappointed potentially, because they might not have what I want. They cannot even offer it to me anyway, right? So I will only do it at my pace, and knowing that the pace here is slower anyway, like I just, you know, it's just, I want it to feel as natural as possible, but I'm still in the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
How would you guys do it? Like
Cassie can go for it. I'm not after a mini Kelly. What have you actually? Let me ask for add on to this question. What have you bought so far? Like, do you have a membership? You have.
Yes. Yes. So,
so
mine, I think that I was lucky. So I bought, and to be honest with you, it wasn't even from the same SA or even the same store that I bought these that then offered me the Birkin, but I bought the Kelly compact pocket wallet thing, overpriced card holder, basically crazily priced. So I bought that, and then I also bought a pen, which was a gift for my dad for Christmas, and I pre-ordered 2 pillows. But they actually, I never got told that they came in, and you didn't have to like pay to pre-order. So, and then off the back of those, then I got offered. So, but for the Hermes, for the Mini Kelly, again, I'm not going to buy anything I don't want, because like it's a complete waste for me, you know. So I will either buy gifts if like, you know, that I think that person would want this as a gift, or I do have another Hermes bag on my list. And this is the one that they showed for Spring Summer 22. It's like a little, let me show you. I have a picture. It's got like a little metal top handle. And that is like the only sort of Hermes bag that's non-quota or anything that I've been interested in. It's this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And it actually
Nice.
has a crossbody strap but there's sort of like little holes in the side that it can roll back inside itself, so you don't have to have it on show all the time. But yeah, so I would also be willing to buy that, and then if they offer me a mini Kelly or whatever. But to be honest with you, maybe if a cool colored pair of Varans comes, aside from that, really nothing else, you know. And I'm not sort of willing to buy it just to make up the quota. Like, I'll live without the bag, you know.
Good for you. Didn't you go for the sale? Like,
Yes.
Yeah. No, let's talk about the sale. Did you buy it? Did you?
Yes. So I bought. Okay, let me think. I bought
does it count to your quota?
I don't know. I think it goes on your records. They can see that you've bought, but I don't think it counts. So I bought like a zip up like cardigan thing. I bought a t-shirt. I bought a knitted like turtleneck dress for my mum, 2 pairs of trainers for my dad, and a pair of heels for my mum, and a pair of trainers for my boyfriend, and a tie for my boyfriend. So everybody else did better than me. But honestly, it was one of those situations that's like, I'm never going to get a deal like this. You know, just grab whatever you like kind of thing. Because the men's trainers were from like £600, £700, £800 to 120, 160. Yes.
It's insane. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I watched someone's vlog. They're in New York though, so but I think I also watch Claire Chanel, so she's in the UK too. But but the things that she bought were slightly different. But I watched someone in New York, and they also went to the Hermes sale, and I could not believe the discount that exactly, just like you mentioned. And I'm like, wow, it sounds so amazing, like because we don't have that here.
we don't have that.
We don't have Hermes sales here in Vancouver, so I would never know. But I guess it's good and bad, because at least, you know, I don't ever have to find out. It's still a lot of cash, right? But like you said, it's things that you would otherwise not really be able to buy at these prices. Yeah, and if you're going to wear those things anyway, and for you it was mostly gifts, why not?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I would usually never look at Hermes ready to wear, you know, it's just not really my style. But I saw this one, and it was like by itself. It was even in the wrong size section. So I feel like all of these things came together, and it was meant for me. I saw this color, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I saw, you know, that it was like a zip up cardigan, and I was like, oh, this is fabulous, sort of thing. I would never have looked previously.
Wow. Yeah. Did you like have to wait in line? Because I saw some next week. Next week, Stella is joining us, also from the UK.
Oh yes.
And she said that she said like waiting 3 hours, some crazy.
So my time slot, what was my time slot? I can't remember, but I was basically gone for about 6 hours. Yeah. So I queued about an hour and 15 minutes outside, and this is like, you're there on time for your time slot, you still have to wait. So I queued all of that, got in. It is the least luxury experience in the world. There's like 2 seats in the whole thing. There's no water. You're literally like scrambling around, especially things like ties, the silks. It is literally like boxes, and you are trawling through.
Oh god.
It was just insane. And then the queue to pay, I was maybe in like 2.5 hours. And you're standing, and you're like kicking your little bag along full of your things.
I think for that reason alone, I will never go to an Hermes sale.
Somebody fainted. in the queue to pay.
I'm sure.
And then, like, she that they had to call an ambulance and everything.
Oh,
and I mean, like,
goodness.
you know, she
I'm not
was
laughing. I'm like
fine.
shocked. I'm like, wow.
She was fine and everything, and everyone was like, "Please let her pay because you can't have waited all this time, being here for
Yeah.
hours,
And
you
you're out of
faint,
the line.
and then you've got to leave your stuff." Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it was just insane, honestly. But also, there were like 2 people there with their newborn babies. I was like, this
What?
is the worst place to take them. Honestly, the dedication to this MS sale was something else. Literally.
That is interesting.
It's
Wow.
I
an
know.
experience, right? It's an experience. It's like been
Very
there.
much so.
Might I do it again? Let's see.
Well, I was just I don't know when I said this, but so in Canada, well, in Vancouver at least, when a new launch, Chanel launch comes in, like on the launch day, usually with the hot items, usually it's the hot handbag styles, it's first come, first serve. Your SA cannot hold it for you, right? So you basically have to line up on launch day or whenever they launch. So that would be the only times I would line up, is for a coveted handbag from Chanel, and I have a good chance of getting it because you know, it's launch day, so they have the most stock. But even then, I wouldn't wait 2.5 hours. I wouldn't. I would wait an hour, maybe. Like I don't go too early. In my, the way I think of it is like, I'll leave it up to fate a little bit. I'll still try my best to my ability, to my like endurance level of standing for that time of waiting. But yeah, if it's like that, MS sales, they'll never see me there.
Well, the thing is that as well, because I think this is the first time they've done it in like 6 years or something. So there was such little information about it that we weren't really sure, you know, like, is this just one person's experience and they maybe had a time slot at the end of the day, that kind of thing. So when I turned up, it's like in the middle of a park, basically. And there was a little coffee stand that did hot dogs. And I was walking past it and I thought, should I just get something just in case I have to wait? And then I looked forward and I saw that there was already a queue forming. And I was like, oh, no, I have to get into queue. I wish that I'd bought myself some crisps, a sandwich, a bottle of water, you know, just to power me, because oh my gosh, my mouth has never been so dry. I was like 6 hours and not a drop of water. But yeah, it was, and afterwards my mum was like, would you do it again? And I said, if it was next week, no. But after you've had a year of sort of forgetting the experience,
and you get prepared. And you get prepared. You're like, okay, sales coming, you know, let's do some walks around the park. Let's do some squats, get the backpack,
endurance,
get the water, and we're all ready. Not like a marathon, okay? I'm ready for it.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Craziness.
No, but it's good that you did it. I mean, I have done stuff like that in my younger days. Let's just say that I will not be doing anything like that anymore. Okay, from I'm Bag Happy, please rank according to your most loved to the least from these categories: handbags, fine jewelry, shoes, ready-to-wear SLGs.
Gosh. Cassie can go. What do you...
Okay.
This rank, like, what do we like? Or the item? Like,
no,
handbag.
I think it's category. Yeah. Okay. Oh, God. Can I cheat?
Yeah, of course. We all change our minds.
The same level. So I'm going to put handbags ready to wear.
Oh.
But the thing is when we're talking ready to wear, I'm not talking Chanel ready to wear. Right. Like it's like $3,000 for a cardigan, you know. You know, more like I'm trying to have Jacquemus or a bit Fendi, something like that, right? So not Chanel. So I would say handbags ready to wear, shoes, fine jewelry SLGs.
Interesting. So what is that again? So fine jewelry is at the bottom. That's interesting.
Fine jewelry and SLGs is at your bottom.
Yes,
So that's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
SLGs is at the bottom. Fine jewelry, I love, but I don't buy it that often. You know,
Right.
that's why I would put it, the SLGs once in a while. But you see, there are exceptions because Chanel's SLGs are different to everyone else's SLGs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I am bag happy is making it very difficult for me.
Yeah. I will have to say, for me, handbags for sure at the top.
Yeah. Why
And
do we
then
love
it's so
them so
hard.
much? They all do the same thing.
Yeah, we all.
exactly right. No idea. I mean, this is a bag. It's just a bag, but it's the bag. It's the bag.
It is the bag. Yeah.
But I will put fine jewelry next, even though I don't buy a
Mm.
ton of it. It's just that
Yeah.
whatever fine jewelry I have, I really get so much joy out of it. And because I get so much cost per wear for them,
Yeah.
they're definitely up there for me.
Mhm.
So it's a matter of buying more over the foreseeable future.
Mhm.
And then I will say ready to wear shoes and then SLGs. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good one. I'm quite close. So I'll handbags for sure. Then fine jewelry, same reason, because oh man, I think once you hit the age,
it's so true.
It's true.
So
Like I think when I'm younger, 10 years younger, I wouldn't have put fine jewelry so like high.
Yeah.
But really now I totally want the bigger bling.
Yeah.
Give it to me. Right? Give me all the gold and everything. Just give it to me. Yeah. So I get so much joy wearing my fine jewelry. Like seriously, wow. So handbags for sure. Then fine jewelry. I'm gonna go with shoes, then ready to wear, and then SLG. Everybody's SLG is right above. It's like, just get away. In my bag. I'm not looking at you. But the reason I put ready to wear like second last is because I live in Singapore. And a lot of ready to wear, honestly, is suited for countries where you have four seasons, right?
100%.
Yeah. And you know,
Like
how many
coats,
t-shirts?
jackets. Yeah.
Yeah, how many t-shirts can I wear? Like
Yeah.
t-shirt, sleeveless t-shirt.
So true.
I mean, yeah, so the variety and it's just not enough. So I can't find like a lot. I mean, there are definitely a lot of t-shirts, but how many do I need, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with wherever UK and all the colder countries, you got so much things to wear. And it's just so much better. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of ready to wear, just because they don't have stuff that not to say don't have. It's just that it's not many for this weather here. It's just so hot. You want to be naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I lived in a tropical country, I would live
Turn on the
in
aircon.
just dresses and shorts and tank tops, because unlike a tropical country, we have real 4 seasons here, and similar to UK. But here the weather is, I don't know, are we harsher weather than you? Not too sure.
I don't know.
How does it get in the
cold is
winter in
cold?
the UK?
It will maybe go to like -1 degrees.
Oh, that's mild. Okay.
It's been mild. The last
t-shirt weather.
That's not t-shirt weather, but that is mild. Here, Vancouver is already the mildest of all of Canada, so it's already like -10, -20 is probably the worst here. But I used to live in the Eastern Canada, and it's like -30, -40. It's like it's just the longest ever winter. So hence, I have a lot of clothes, and just winter jackets and knits, and every season, I guess I have to change and put away my clothes every time it gets cold in the back, and then pull out the hot stuff, and then do that twice a year. So it's like
so funny.
That's
like
I
the
have a lot
past
of
few
clothes.
days, like the past week, it's been raining in Singapore, like raining. And then yesterday I was thinking, oh, maybe I should wear a jacket because it was 25.
Wasn't summer for us.
Listen, all it takes in the UK, if it's in double digits, so it's like 12 degrees, there's people in shorts, men with their tops on.
Right.
Like, it's honestly, it's a thing. It's like as soon as there's like a glimpse of something, it's like, right, get it off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I
that's
think
why I read it,
I
Red.
will read a couple more comments
Mhm.
from the public, from the Luxees, because we still have some questions for Cassie, which
No,
we
yes,
haven't
so
even
sorry.
gotten
I've been
into.
talking
So we'll leave
much.
the last 5 minutes for that. MK is one of our viewers that is dedicated viewers. He's from Paris. I found an old magazine from 2012, and the Birkin 25 used to cost 24.90 euro, hence already
Wow.
cheaper than the jumbo even back then. I guess Chanel is just
Interesting.
reevaluating their prices, price increases. And back in the 2000s, there used to be clearance final day at Hermes sales. I guess that's like in Paris
90%.
or in France.
Oh,
Everything
wow.
90% off. That's just insane, the stuff you
I
tell us,
know.
MK.
Wow. Oh my gosh. The dream.
It is. Paris is the dream for luxury, at least, anyway.
Exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
Let's take the
think-
two of those questions. Yeah, I think that's about
Yeah,
it.
let's go over
Okay,
some
why
of
don't-
those questions because.
Mhm.
Okay, let me take out this comment first. So, because we were going to ask you about.
Let's do trends, right?
Yes.
So let's ask Cassie, because you're I think you're the trendiest among the three of us. Two of us. We're not trendy at all. We're still like old and not trendy. So let us know, what do you think? What are the trends? Okay, you want to see
Mhm.
go into 2022.
Ah,
what do you
okay, yeah,
think
let's
today?
do that one first.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, okay. So these are the. Do you want me to talk about the trends that I'm excited about, or trends that are just like happening?
Happening now that you want to see going into 2020.
Platform heels. We've
Really?
seen, yes.
Oh.
So we've seen this come up a little bit towards the end of this year. I like the most famous example that I keep using are, the Versace Bratz shoes. Chunky. Do you want me to show you a picture? Shall I pull up a picture?
Sure.
Yes, like chunky, exaggerated. Here we go.
Oh my goodness, those are the ones that I used to wear in high school.
Well,
I love
get them
platform
back
heels,
out.
actually.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
The one where you throw at somebody, like knock them out, like
Yes. Oh my gosh, you could do serious damage. So those we've kind of see come up, which are obviously like extreme versions of the trend, but I love it. But yes, so the last few years we've really kind of seen non-platform have their moment. Amina Muaddi, that kind of thing. Those have been the hottest. Mac and Mac, those have been like the hottest shoes, non-platformed. But now we're seeing a bit of a platform. Gucci's last runway, they were again showing big platforms and all of that. So I think while we'll definitely see the big, the chunky, the crazy platforms, there will also be just sort of like Chanel Spring Summer 2022. They're doing their like little heeled sandals. Platform, non-platform.
Yes.
So we'll be seeing a little bit more of it crop up.
good one.
The other thing, ladies, I'm happy to report mini bags are still in. They're still in. They're still having a moment.
Yes,
And
yes.
we'll be on this train for as long as humanly possible.
Mini or micro, though?
Mike.
Do you want to know what? I still see both. Like, I still see even like whether they call it a necklace or not. Louis Vuitton have come out with their necklace Speedy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that. Whether they call them charms or not, the mini version of the Fendi First, all of this. So I still think they're going to be playing up on this for as long as they can. I mean, look, Chanel is still churning out all of their SLGs, and they'll be the first to cut loose whatever isn't selling, So that's good to see. Also, Kat, I'm so sorry to have to leave you out of this one, but puffer jackets as a kind of autumn winter. I'm so sorry. Puffer jackets are still very much in, and I just, you know what, my style leans more casual. So they're just like, they do the job. They keep you warm. You feel snuggly and cozy and comforted, and they look great. You know, you can wear them with jeans and with a thick legging or something like that, and it just gives a little bit of oomph to a look. So those are the ones that I'm excited about seeing more of.
Awesome. I'm not trendy person, so I have no idea. I'll just like, okay, this is in trend now. All right.
It's funny you said puffer jacket, because I was just looking at the Mattress Fashion private sale earlier.
Oh, yes.
Because the private sale is available to their reward customers. And I just happened to look in the coat section, and there were so many puffer jackets. And there was this one that was so cute. It's like so long. It's all the way to almost to the ankle. And it's a thinner puffer. So it drops shoulder. It had it in black and it had it in khaki color. They both look it looks just so cool. Like if you have it all open, just as an open jacket, because it's a thinner one, it's not such a thick one. It's so cool.
Almost
like,
like
do I need another jacket though? Because I have like a million jackets already.
Don't you think storage will be a problem? Because it's like, okay, two questions. Like, I don't wear, I've never worn a puffer jacket, but wouldn't you feel like
restricted?
You don't think about it if it's minus 40. Okay, well maybe minus 20. Even minus 10. You don't think about how puffy you look. You're just so comforted that you are warm. Truly, that's how you feel.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that my jacket is actually
it's like
warm.
So much,
right?
But it's cool. I think if it's like you kind of feel comfy. But I do wonder, how do you?
That isn't convinced. He's not convinced.
All right. Okay. So and then continuing from that. So So those are the trends that's currently like ongoing. You say, okay, I'm gonna let's keep it going, right? Let's keep the micro bags going. Let's keep the puffer puffer jackets going. What new trends do you want to see? Like what that's not in yet, but you think, okay, this is what I want to see coming up next year.
So this is definitely what I want to see, whether or not we're seeing it. I love military jackets. I'm talking like a really tailored, embellished jacket. And these kind of, like with trends, they come back every so often. And it's been a while since we've seen a good military jacket. So fingers crossed we're going to be seeing more of that. I think that recently as well, we're seeing a lot of sort of more evening-y trends. So like people just want to dress up and want to have their fun that, we missed out on for a year. So I don't know. I kind of hope that maybe that's going to then bring out the military jackets, because you can get some really ornate and like fantastic looking ones. So that's kind of a hope. My other hope, I only have two that I want to come back. And the other one is skinny jeans.
Because yes, bring them back, please.
Bring them back. Look, they're never not in, but I need them to have the respect that they deserve, because recently we're seeing every other one baggy, all of these just straight leg and all of this. And I did a video and I tried, and I bought one, and even still, like, I'm looking at pictures that I took in them and I'm like, would have been better with a skinny jean. So, I am a skinny jeans till I die girl, and I just want them. I want them more in the limelight.
Totally, they need to come back. Like because it's been like 2 years of mom jeans. They're comfy, but when you take a photo in them, you just like, you're not sure what.
Like I literally this last week, I took some photo in this jeans, and I was like, why is it gathering like that so high up? And why is all of this? And I was just like,
you look shorter, right? You look like,
exactly. And I'm just like, oh no, a skinny wouldn't have done this to me.
I will 100% agree. Skinny jeans are the most flattering for a lot of people, but for me, I that's why I never will get rid of my skinny jeans. But I will say that, because I did a recent haul, I will say that I have started wearing. It's not really baggy. It's sort of the what do they call barrel style jeans? And the key, I find, if you want them to not look like, why does it gather that way? The key is to find a pair that really fits snug and like really hugging the waist and hip area, like this area, like right here where you're starting from your belly button to the hip. It has to like literally be so tight, like not so tight, but like it has to be tight there. And so to the point where when you sit, you almost feel like you have a wedgie. So that is the fit that you need in order for your.
I love it.
In order for the rest of the baggy part to not look like, why is it gathering in a weird way? It's because there's too much space on top. When there's too much space on top, when it's not hugging you and literally like suffocating you when you sit down, that's not the right fit.
You have to do the wedgie test. That's it.
Right.
So whenever you next try on, you've got to have a sit and you're going to be like, right.
Yes.
It's like, it's tightening up.
Yes. You have to suffer a little bit in those pants if you want the wide leg look and still look cute in it. That's what
it reminds me of, like this. I just have a feeling, like when we said that, I just have a feeling that those bell bottoms might come back, because aren't those the pants that have really tight at the hips, and then it just goes boof.
Yeah.
So now we're like this, so style will be like, it'll get wide, and then go like,
it's true.
They're back.
You know what? Maybe with jeans trends, you need to like swing in the full length of the opposite direction. So now we're seeing some relaxed fit, some straight leg. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse until eventually we're like, no, we can't do this anymore. Straight back to skinnies.
So unfortunately,
I'm not sure if skinny has ever really left, but I did feel that it's definitely more people are wearing the baggier, and including myself. I have included a few pairs, and I am enjoying them. But like I said, you just really have to find a pair that's like literally like it's like you can't eat too much when you wear those. Unlike skinny jeans, where you can actually eat a lot in them, because they are flexible.
It's just hard to get in, but once you're in, it's fine.
Yes, exactly.
It's like that.
Exactly. And all you have to do is, when the food baby starts to happen, is you just hoist it up. So the food baby is fully in the jean. Oh,
right.
Fantastic.
High-waisted, high-waisted.
Exactly. Oh, jeans.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's. You know what? We're past the 2 hours, so let's show the slides, right? Let's just do the slides.
Oh yes. Collaborations.
Yes, and I will show the slides.
So many, I think. Wow, it's just so many collaborations.
So I have theories. So, yes, as we know, this is almost the one that kind of was the biggest, the one that really like kicked it off, because we've been seeing collaborations for a while now, right? But here and there, randomly, and then Gucci Balenciaga happened, and it was this thing that like never in a million years, seen Mariah, never in a million years would I think 2 huge fashion houses would collaborate together. And so that's what got me really excited about this. I mean, I think this is a very cool collection. I am going for this jacket. So the only information I have about it is that on Monday, on the 15th, we've got a pop-up here in London. And luckily, I've made a first appointment of the day. I'm in there. And I think that's the only place that you can get it. But everybody has been so hush-hush. I've heard it's coming online on the 15th, but no idea. Nothing has been confirmed or anything. But I'm going to go for this jacket. This is the one that as soon as I saw it on the runway, I was like, that is me.
Which one? The one on the right on this slide?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I absolutely love it. This with leggings and a boot.
Yeah.
I like this. I'd wear this when it's 25.
And even, do you want to know what? When it is 25, t-shirt, shorts, done.
Jacket, perfect.
Done. So this is the one piece that I was like, out of everything, that's the one that I want. But so crazy collaborations. We've got Versace Fendace again. crazy. And the thing is that I'm not sure if we'll now see any other big brands do it, because there's a lot of politics behind it, right? So Versace and Fendi, owned by very different people, and that seemed to have been, from the information that we know, instigated by both creative directors. Kim Jones was like, I think it would be fun if we did this. Donatella was like, I think it would too. Let's do it, kind of thing. But when you've got the houses owned by like Kering versus LVMH, you're only going to see collaboration within, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Too competitive.
Exactly. So I don't know if we'll see anything kind of on this similar level of like big brands doing something together. But I mean, we've got Tiffany Supreme, we've got Balenciaga, Simpsons. And I think that there is definitely, with these ones, it is catering towards the next generation coming into luxury, the younger buyers and all of that. And I think that it works. That's as much as I think, or I might look at a collaboration and be like, I would never, or I don't know why they're doing it. It works. Supreme is a brand that, again, I don't necessarily get it, but they have just been so famous for their drops, and people want everything, and it's here one day and it's gone the next. You have to be fast. And to be honest, I think because of that, there are a lot of brands, luxury and non-luxury, that have adopted similar strategies because of how well it's worked for Supreme and other kind of streetwear brands. But aside from that kind of luring in the younger generation, there's also this generation of, again, they tend to be younger consumers who are used to this kind of hype beast drop mentality, who maybe wouldn't buy Tiffany or, Balenciaga they might, but maybe wouldn't buy Balenciaga to this extent. But if it's part of a drop and it's part of a collaboration, then yes. Yeah. So you're kind of getting new generation, hype beast mentality, or like drop mentality people, plus resellers, because they're going to buy up as much of these collections as they can because they're limited edition, plus the buyers from these big heritage brands who might be interested anyway, your Balenciaga buyers, your Tiffany buyers, who it's the limited edition aspect that does it for them. So I think it's smart. It's weird. Some of these, like Simpsons and Balenciaga, like random.
It's random. I think it's the random. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you can never really guess what's coming next. Like, who would have thought Supreme and Tiffany? That's crazy to me.
That is the most crazy one. Yeah.
I don't even know what are they going to make. Like, what is in this drop? I mean, what is this in collaboration? Like silver skateboards?
You know what? That would have been cool, but they didn't think of that. No, they didn't. So they've, I think they're doing a couple of necklaces, one Supreme t-shirt that's in the Tiffany green color. I think that's quite good. But aside from, I think there's not many pieces, if I'm right. There's maybe 5. Yeah. That kind of, the one in the top right there with the sort of chain and the pearls and whatever.
Oh, like a carabiner kind of. Okay.
Yeah. So again, it's quite Tiffany side, with just a little bit of, if you look closely, it'll say return to Supreme and Tiffany's, instead of just Tiffany's. But yeah, so I mean, it seems to be working, So there's, I believe, I've heard rumors that there's going to be a Dior Nike. And of course, Nike and Louis Vuitton men's are already doing something that's going to drop early next year, I believe. So it's just, it's crazy. And of course, they keep the items limited, which drives up the hype, drives up the interest. But it also means that, they're not risking too much in case, But when they know that it's going to do well, like Gucci Balenciaga, there are so many pieces in that collection that I don't think have even been talked about, or people even knew what was going to happen. So they're going to have a whole range of the kind of famous sneakers from both brands, again, with the merge of patterns and all of that, Balenciaga Triple S with the Gucci Balenciaga pattern, the Gucci trainers with the same, which weren't on the runway, but they are, because they know that it's going to sell out completely. So they're just going to do as much as they can.
It's called a hack.
Yes.
Oh.
I know. We shouldn't even be calling it a collaboration because it's
It's a hack. The word has been.
Yes. However, what I think is quite interesting with this one actually is that the Gucci side is way better than the Balenciaga side. Yeah.
Let's see.
And I think there's a lot more hype about this. So this is all the Gucci side. I think it worked a lot better. The Balenciaga side just fell a bit flat, in my opinion. I might be wrong, but I don't think that side's going to sell out. I think that's going to be a lot easier to get than the Gucci.
Interesting. But Gucci has always been really good with their collaborations, right? Even though we're like, what is that? They still sell out. There's a huge Gucci fan base that loves the different, just aesthetic, just crazy, fun, funky. It's just everything, and they just go for it.
Yeah. And what I think Gucci actually does quite well is they know that they have a really wide range of customer. They know that they've got the logo, like, you know, sort of, I would put me in this section, like loves rap music and loves the Gucci associated with that and all of this. You've got that kind of, you know, they have this sort of strange, sort of arty grandma aesthetic as well. They've got those people. And they've also got the kind of like heritage Gucci customer with your Diana bags, things like this, you know, with those kinds of items. And I think they cater quite well to that full range. Even with something like this, right? You've got the jacket in the middle that's very streetweary, but then the jacket next to it to the left is a little bit more classic, you know, for that customer. So I really think that they do a good job of covering all bases.
Totally agree.
We actually covered this collaboration hack. I was looking back at our slides in April when it first just popped out of nowhere, and it was the coolest ever runway, I would say, that I've ever laid my eyes on. But to the point of the Supreme, Tiffany, and even the Balenciaga and Simpsons, like these kinds of collaborations, I have to agree that it must be targeting a new generation. However, so my husband is also, fun fact, my husband is a sneakerhead. And he obviously buys Supreme just because, you know, the Supreme does tons of collaboration with Nike and not Nike, but like all kinds of different footwear. And he was telling me, and he didn't know that I was going to do this slide. He didn't know that we were going to talk about this. He was telling me he was going to go after the Supreme Tiffany t-shirt. I was like, what? Yeah. I was like, oh, so it's like, it was such a coincidence. I don't know if he ended up getting it because it's not like just because you want it that you can get it. You sort of have to, for this one, I think you have to, basically once it drops online, you have to like scramble to like try to get it. Whoever checks out the fastest, basically around the world, everybody's doing it at the same time, gets it. So I don't know if he actually got it, but it also targets people like him, I suppose, because he's not someone who buys a ton of like, how should I say? He buys luxury, but he buys like specific pieces, right? The Rolex here and there. But like, you know, he wouldn't buy luxury like we do, like Kat and me and you. So for him, this is sort of like his limited edition, special, sort of related to his sneaker fanatic thing. I was so surprised when he told me that he was gonna get it. I was like,
the point that you just said, you know, when you've got to like wait for that 7 o'clock drop, and everybody's like
he wakes up at like 3 a.m. just to go get his shoes. And then again at 6 a.m. and then again at 7 a.m. and then he goes to work at 8 a.m. Like, you know what I mean? It's so crazy.
And you know, it's brands like Supreme that have kind of fostered that, you know, that kind of drop mentality that we're now seeing a lot. But exactly, you're scrambling there, you're fighting against everyone else in the world with your digital elbows sharpened. You know, you're there refreshing for like 10 minutes before.
Damn it.
Like
Server
5
down,
laptops
you can't
around
get it.
you, all the cell phones, and then
Yes.
it's
All-
just funny. It's just
every
like his
device
friends are
you
even more hardcore. Like they would buy bots.
Yes.
I was like, what? They would buy,
Oh.
so someone would sell these bots for how many thousands of dollars, and they would
Mhm.
buy one. I think one of his friend bought one, and then one time I think he helped him out getting something, but it's just like, and it would be worth it because they
Yeah.
get all the shoes they want.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
god. Still, how
It's
are you
even
gonna
crazier
fight
than
with a
bags.
bot? I've only got one
know.
finger pressing
I
on the
know.
refresh
Yeah,
button.
exactly. It reminds me of you remember when Louis Vuitton did the collaboration with Supreme?
Oh,
Yes.
that was crazy.
Crazy. And still to this day, like those pieces on the resale market are just ridiculous.
Oh.
But we had a pop-up here in London, and there were students actually. This was a nice little a sort of way to earn some money. There were students in the area who would queue from like crazy times overnight, and people would come and pay them for their place in the line.
Right. Oh God.
Yes.
Smart. That's really this is like iPhone, you know, when iPhones when they first on
Yeah,
the
back
day
then.
one you
Yes.
have a tent. It's like
Yes.
a party outside iPhone and you just sit there and somebody say, you know what, can I have your place?
Yes.
And, oh wow.
Yeah, so people were paying for people's places in line because it was just absolutely insane. I mean, I went and it was like some really terrible time. It was like 3 o'clock on the third day, you know, like I was really going to get the dregs of what was available. But even then I remember queuing and being like, my gosh, like there better be some good stuff inside, and there wasn't. But yeah, exactly. It's like it's crazy that in the world of luxury, these things are not cheap, you know, and we are just in some instances begging for them to take our money, right? But here we are. There are worse things in the world to be interested in.
That was so fun. Oh my gosh. Awesome.
Well, I've had a
Well,
fantastic
thank
morning.
you so much, Cassie. Actually, I'm going to pull this comment because I agree. Cassie is such a good
this
and
is
mesmerizing fashion analyst.
Oh,
You should
thank
work for
you
a
so much,
fashion
people.
magazine.
I wish.
Yes.
Who will have me? Who will have me?
They will. Someone will discover you.
No, that's very kind. And I've had such a fantastic, I mean, you know, I woke up early to be here, but what a way to start my Saturday. I feel, you know, we've had some fabulous conversation, some good laughs, you know, what a great way to start the weekend.
Yes,
Honestly,
thank you. It was
we
really
love
fun to
having
have
you,
you here.
and I would love to have you back if
I'll be
only
back.
our
I'll
time
be
zones
back.
were not
Yes,
all
yeah.
like drastically like different, because it's like 1:24 a.m. right here, and then
my
it's so
God.
early over there
He's
at
knocking
your
out.
place. And Kat is moving tomorrow, so
Yeah.
oh my
Oh my
gosh,
gosh,
we
yes.
thank you so much, and it
Of
went a
course,
little
that's
over time,
fine.
so sorry about that, but
Don't
we
worry.
really enjoyed having you, and I am so sure that we would love to have you back because the audience is saying so as well.
Oh,
So thank you for spending your part of your
Thank you.
Saturday with us.
anytime you want me, I'll be here.
Thank you. Yes, of course.
Thank
So
you.
thank you, Cassie. And yeah,
course.
so next week it'll be on Kat's channel. And yeah, just make sure you follow Cassie, of course, if you don't already. Duh. And and then we'll talk to you again next week. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.